Hi on Friday Permaculture Vibes, watch, learn and grow. And today our topic will be water management. When we have students on our courses, we usually try to explain them very practically how water moves on the site. So today I created this model and we will work about with this model, and we will see how actually how we can catch water, how we can store water on our site, and how it moves actually, and what is the way to keep it in the landscape. And here we have clay model, and we also have water. It will be our rain. And now let's imagine that you have site somewhere here, maybe like it will be like top part, or maybe it will be here. It's doesn't matter because the principles they are the same. And if rain comes, I will be the rain today. So you can see that all the water, it goes down basically, and I created a lake here, so the water will be here. So we kind of lose all our water because it goes down and down, like to the lowest point in the landscape. But for us it's important to keep water close to the top, because it's how we can use it on our site. And usually we use earthwork to keep water in the landscape, and I will share with you some tips about how to do this, how we can actually keep it here. And if you I have kind of a shovel for earthwork today, and you can see that we have two hills. Kind of it's the highest point, it's also like high, and then we have just slope. Here the slope is more steep, here is more like not so steep, let's say. Yeah. And what do you think? Because today I have one helper, and Nika will help me also to think about this model, to change it. And how do you think how we can actually like keep water here, not like
like on the top?
not like right on the top, but still somewhere like
Maybe create the borders.
mhm. So somehow we need to
And
create something which like hold the
hold it,
water.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
and create more of maybe this
Lakes.
lakes.
Lakes. Yeah, it's basically what we need. What we can do. It's create some places, some holes for the water. Let's say like all the earthwork which I will show you, like it's basically holes, but it could be a pond, it could be swales, it could be something different. For example, here I see that we have kind of a low place, and between two high, like between mountains, and it's actually a good point to create something like a pond, because you can collect water from these two hills and have it here. For example, my earthwork will be like this. I will dig a hole, and then I put what I take from the hole on the sides. Yeah, so it will be even bigger. Yeah, so it's kind of my hole for the water. And now you see that it could be more aligned, and of course if you want to create places for like all the biodiversity, the these sides of the pond needs to be like steep, and the opposite, how to say,
Hilly.
not really like it's a steep slope, but I will have not steep slope, but very slow.
Like smooth.
Yeah, I just don't know this English name, but you like here is a steep, for example, from this part, and here is steep, but here is really like step by step, and you can even create some like terraces here. So all the like frogs and small like fish can be here. It don't need to be like very like, it depends of course, because if you want only collect the water, it's better to have something like this, very steep slope. But if you want to create something for biodiversity, it needs to be very like low, let's say. Yeah, and now we can collect water from this side and from this side, but it feels like not enough. How we can collect, like if we will take two hills, how we can collect from like all of this part of the hills?
On the round, put more on the
Yeah,
this
like
side.
from all of this part we can collect it and redirect it here.
To create a path.
Yeah, we kind of create a swale, or like not swale, because swale it's something you create on the contour line, on the level, but we will create it as with a little bit of slope to our pond. So let's say it could be a hole in the ground, like if it's a ground, it could be a hole. If it's like stones, you can, where is our stones? You can also use the stones and create a kind of it's not a gabion, but just a structure. So the stones will stop the water from here and then redirect it to the pond. Yeah, from all the way around you need to create it. If you want, you can make it. Yeah. Or if we want to have more water here, we redirect the water to here. Or we can just have a swale, so that's then you need to use a level, so it will be on the contour line, so it will be like horizontal line here. Now we have like slope to here, and the same with this hill. We can create a channel, so we can collect even here. So all the water which goes from this hill will be also here in the pond.
What are you doing if is too much water in the hole?
Usually we plan the like exit for the water. It's actually a very good question, because all earth like all the works which connected to the water, it's very important how you can take out all of extra water when you have it too much. Usually if it's grass or plants, they soak most of the water. If it's not like just bare stones or something, it soaks about 90% of the water. But if it's kind of empty and nothing grows here, so it will be 90% of the water flowing. And then, for example, if you have your house here and like some other buildings, when, for example, your site is here, you can plan the water exit to here, and you also need to make a kind of path from the stones, so it will flow, but it will not damage the soil. So you create like special exit for this for the water. And then with stones, and also you try to sow the seeds, so they will also grow in between, and the roots will kind of hold all the ground, all the soil also.
Is it possible to make something like this exit that you can open and close? With what?
Yeah.
Mhm.
But usually you need it
But-
here, not from this part like here, because, for example, if you want to water the plants on your plot, you can just open here. It's on the top, and it's very good because the water can just flow. You don't need to use a pump, for
And
example.
then how you create this
You
door?
just, yeah, you can just have a pipe here.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah. So the pipe will be here, and here you need to protect it from, you know, stones or like some leaves and
Mhm.
everything. But here you can just have a like
Okay.
pipe to your garden.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, basically we have these channels, and then we can have as swales also here to keep the water on top. Maybe if it's too steep slope, like too big slope, like this, it's not really possible to dig the swales because it will damage the soil. And usually when it's steep, they use just a really small hole, like tractor goes and make really small hole in the ground. You know, not really like channel, not really like swale, but just hole in the ground. And then the water can soak in this hole. And it creates a place of kind of abundance because here it's more wet around the hole. And then you can use you can plant something here, the like first trees or first bushes, grass, whatever, to keep again our task to cover the ground, to cover the soil
Yeah.
as much as possible with plants, because this place, this grass, it will soak because all the roots they create the channels in the ground. And then if it's bare, the water just flow like this. When it's with plants, all the plants they create these channels, and water just soak in the ground. It could be, if it's forest, it could be just 10% of like water flowing and 90% soaking. So it's not really dangerous. And I know in Ukraine when people cutted a lot of trees in Carpathian mountains, we have this, you know, flooding. We have this like river, which is like with too much water and so on. It just because somewhere on top, the trees they cut it, and yeah, and then we have like empty space here on the mountains, and then the people who lives here, they just have lots of troubles with
Water,
this.
yeah.
Yes, they have lots of water, like on the low point. Yes, and it also when we create these holes and when we create this place when the water can stay, we also create a place for родники,
Springs.
springs, Bob, sprinkles, when the water comes from the soil.
In the mountain. Yeah.
Yeah.
Natural springs.
Springs. Okay, yeah. So because water which soak here, and then it goes to the level when it's stones or some level in the soil when it could soak anymore. For example, stones or clay or something, and they just go from outside. For example, from these points. Because it soaks here, and then you can have water here. And I know about like people who created these regenerative landscapes, and they said that they got some sprinkles, not on their property because they were kind of on top, but people who lived like more down, they got much more water from springs because they just appear it again. Yeah. And also we can like this is kind of a channel and everything, but we also can create like small places for just one tree, for example. Hop, a small hole,
Yeah.
and then you can put I
Also
have
little
trees.
stones.
Yeah, you can also. And I can grow some trees here because it will be more wet here. Yeah, and then I can, yeah, put some stones also to keep it there. But even without stones, it will work because this hole will be with water sometime, and the water can soak more slowly. And then also we can create a swale here if it's needed. So again, swale, we create a swale like on the contour line, on the level. So it needs to be like the same level here. And then we dig the soil, and then we put the soil on the side, this side. And then again here, for example, they could be connected, maybe not. It could be one big, or it could be like small. And then, for example, if you have something here, or you don't need to have it here, just continue to the another place. Yeah. I want to make it more like bigger so we can collect more water to our pond. And here, for example, also a swale. Of course, it's not like it's just basic things. Of course, when you work with water, you need to know lots of details because, to create a pond, it's not so easy because you need to be sure that these sites they are really good made, and the water will not go like through. So it's a question it's a question of like taking a big course about the earthwork. For example, in Avnio here we have a permaculture course and we learn something, but I still would say that it will be like special course for earthwork because you need lots of knowledge, or you can just go and learn on some permaculture project if they create like a pond or something like this. So you can just learn from them practically. But of course, on permaculture courses, you will get like a basic understanding how it works. And then, okay, I think we are ready to put some trees here. And usually we plant trees around swales.
On the both sides.
Yeah, could be on the both sides, could be on one side. From this side is more dry, like top part is more dry, and here is a really good place for the plants because also all the leaves and good soil will go to this swale, and they kind of will be taking everything from that.
Around the pond can be as well.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, and let's see how it works. And then big rain came. And you can see that this swale I made not on the contour line because water is flowing there. But here it's okay. Yeah. And you can see that we have some water in the landscape, so swales are full, and also our lake, pond are full. And even this small part with the tree also with the water. So yeah, please come and learn more about permaculture in Avno. We have lots of courses, and yeah, you're very welcome. And see you next Friday on Friday Permaculture Vibes. Hi on Friday Permaculture Vibes. Watch, learn and grow. And today